the midnight to 1 area, but not felt particularly good this evening. So we're going to be playing the Kelvin Chu list. There's a primer for it on mtgmintcard.com. One more night. So this will be the third night that we played Manguchi, then the third night that we played this list, and I think that's a fair amount of prep work besides what I've played in Paper Magic. So after tonight, we may jump into some 4-color lists. We may try to Shinhar list. We may try to start tuning our own list, but getting what I feel fairly comfortable with the list, I guess. I'm still not exactly sure which sideboard plan's better. And when I say which sideboard plan's better, I mean like whether I want to rely on 2-drops or not in mirrors. But other than that, it's felt pretty reasonable. Obviously still playing very sloppily, but we're trying to get better at that. It's kind of hard to play well while interacting with a chat and while interacting with the things that you guys can't see off screen. But we are trying, and I do think we're seeing improvement. But that's fair to 10th degree, and that's one of my problems. I'm fairly adaptable, but like after like I said, I put some Paper Magic testing in as well, and from what I can tell, I win roughly about the same percentage no matter which way I go. Like I can't find a marked anything like to push one side over the other. I believe this hand's pretty good. Good luck, have fun. But that is a fair statement. So we'll grab another red with this. There's only one confiscation coup in the main deck, so not getting the second blue. Getting the second red for the 4 Glory Bringers and the 1 Chandra seems a lot better than getting just the second blue. Our opponent tapped have C, have V. I assume he's trying to tap have fun and just messed up twice. So we're starting off bright and early with our opponent mulliganing to 5 and putting on the bottom of his deck. And our hand's pretty well everything we want. We have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and a removal spell. We have pretty much all the correct mana we need, and we've got multiple draw steps to hit, a 5th land and some of the more powerful cards like Glorybringer and Bristling Hydra, etc. But basically this is kind of a textbook hand. Unfortunately, he led with Basic Island, and most of the decks that play Basic Island, not all, but most of them are like Settle the Wreckage Fumigate decks, so like even our best hand pre-board's typically not favored to beat them. But just because he led with a Basic Island doesn't mean he's that. Hell, he could be Temur. Temur can lead with a Basic Island sometimes. Could be like a God Pharaoh's Gift deck. He could be, just a marked number of many things. I'm just kind of like speculating. Not a fan of this island. Basically just rambling to hear myself. I didn't like many of the Ixalan lands. I loved the, I guess you call them buddy lands. Not actually sure what they're referred to as typically, but like the Glacial Fortresses, Root Brown Crags, and stuff like that. They did remarkable work with those, I thought. Yeah. Still could be GFG. But we have exactly the card that we want versus them. We have a Lone Tusk Cubberino. And the Lone Tusk Cub is just going to turn sideways a lot as big as it can. Oh! Alright, so they are GFG. So if they put a Refurbish in the graveyard, we won't be able to... We're just going to attack through that and not care. If for some reason he doesn't block, we're going to pump this guy up immensely. Actually, probably won't pump it up immensely. changed my mind. I think we will. I think we will mostly because we have that second removal spell there to try and like get it through later. So this match has been a little hard for me. I feel like our sideboard's not great, and now he does have a GFG, so we'll hold the energy then. Could have missed a point of damage here, really, but he's getting to the point where he can almost hard cast, so I want to save a little energy for this, because I don't want to let him just get 3 tokens or whatever. Like, I want to make him choose to get the tokens. Could easily have Fumigates too. Like, some of these decks do play Fumigates in their main deck, so. So he's at 14. What do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not enough. Again, I think we will bank the energy, though, in case he has another one of those. I think it's safe to do this. Okay, so if he refurbishes and gets this thing back, it becomes a 6/6 at best, so we only need 6 energy to kill it. We're going to get 4 energy from this. So that puts us at 7, that puts us at 10. But if he gets 2 tokens, the token blocks this and this. So 4, 7, 8, 9. We have to get 5 damage through from other sources. We just need enough to make 1 token. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Alright. We'll just do this damage then. Can turn the Search for Azcanta into a land this turn, though, so you can hardcast GFG. Yeah, that's a card. So they're currently at 5. So that blocks the 2. They're still dead on board currently. What could they have? Is it just safe to kill one of these? To be extra safe? He's hellbent. I don't know why I was asking what could he have. I didn't notice that he was hellbent. That's my fault. And I kind of like pulled a, still got all of these, but I just did not notice. Yeah, I figured it out, but I figured it out a little bit after I sounded stupid. My bad. So interesting enough, Kelvin Chu sideboards in these 4 cards, and he takes out these 4 cards, which is pretty odd to me, considering I consider Negate fairly reasonable here, since they are a deck that plays some number of Fumigates. Like, I feel like I really want these Negates. I kind of feel like I want these Negates more than I want, like, Servants. Off the top of my head, I forget if Manguchi tape brings in negates, but like, I think you do. Feels to me like I want the negates. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing names wrong. I don't put a lot of stock into servants here. Maybe I don't want all 4 negates, maybe I only want 2 or 3, but I think I want some number. I can even see my... Hey, thank you, Henri Ocelot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take the servants out and bring in negates. Pretty sure I'm going to do this, but I'm not 100% sure. Could even bring in the Supreme Will potentially. I'm not sure what I would take out for the Supreme Will though. Probably be taking out like a Harness Lightning if I brought in the Supreme Will. We're missing. Oh well, I don't want to take that out. I think we're gonna try this. Wait, what happened to my deck? What in the world? What's going on here, Moto? I must have clicked league details or something. I'm not sure. It's like laggy? Okay, there we go. Keep. Pretty sure just not bringing in this card was kind of wrong. I really feel like I want this card in this match. So we're like kind of straying from his listed sideboard plan, which is something I didn't really want to do when I was playing this build. Kind of wanted to go by just what he said, but it just felt super awkward for me. By the way, hello, Mr. Tenth, Mr. Dong, and Mr. Zepp. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I couldn't think of another card to take out for the will. I guess it's just Harness Lightning. I don't remember off the top of my head what he posted though. Fairground Warden. I think it just uses my mana better if I do this. Can kill the Fairground Warden on a later turn if I want. Ooh. That's kind of an exciting card. I really like this card. I wouldn't mind to have 2 in my sideboard. It's overperformed every time we've played it. Like, just literally every time we've played this card, it's overperformed. I think I'm going to offer him a trade with the champion. And then I think I'm going to drop the Death Gorger and take away his GFG. Hey, Flame Guts. Welcome, man. And hello, Mr. Conan Hulk. Thank you for the auto host. That one's kind of interesting. So, untapped land would be great. That's not an untapped land. Based on the mana he has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we can certainly Harness Lightning this thing, and then eat the back end of this thing, which is pretty nice. We can also decide whether we want to leave up the negate or whether we want to leave up the Long Tusk Cub. Feel like we want to leave up the negate. Probably don't want to leave up the negate though. Anyway, let's start with this. And then let's eat, based on the amount of mana he has, let's eat this one. What all did you pick up for your EDH deck this time? If he fumigates, we get one cub back, so I think it's okay. He's almost out of energy. I think I can let him have one more minister trigger. It's pretty terrible if he hits exactly GFG, but I think they generally only run 1 or 2 copies. Stuffy Da. Okay, so what can we do now? I kind of want to attack with the Death Gorge Scavenger because I kind of want to pull the Champion of Wits out of his graveyard. But he's getting to the point where he's getting quite a bit of energy and stuff. Get blown out pretty hard by Fumigate. Get blown out pretty hard by land Godfarrow's Gift as well. Was going to untap and leave 1 red, but decided I was lazy. Guess I want to attack with this guy and pull the Champion of Wits before they have a chance to use it. Kind of sucks because I'm trading it for like 2 of these things, or like 1 of these and 1 of these, but still think it's okay. Where you at, Champion of Wits? So like I'm trading this for like either this or 2 of these. Oh wow, shouldn't have pressed F6. I might want to actually put some energy into the cub. Not sure, probably not. Alright. So we have to hope he doesn't have land GFG now. He's tapping slow, so that seems like a good sign. Oh, I guess he's got to refurbish and he's trying to hit it. Alright, well he didn't hit it, so that's good for us. Another untapped land would be nice. That is not an untapped land. Sure. So we're gonna hold this up. So blue, green, pop for 2. Then we'll take this thing up to 4, and I don't really want either of those. So what do we got here? Picked up a Stuffy Da and a Kiku for when I get infinite elementals. Kiku, Nuts Flower is the black one. Oh! That's actually pretty neat. So how much damage do we have this turn? 4, 8, 11, 12? Of 12 unless we hit something. Probably don't have to hit anything now. That's probably good enough. Just go ahead and scry. I guess we'll keep the River's Rebuke just in case something goes terribly awry here. But we don't want to attune at all. Not going to play the dragon. Just going to attack like this. I'm going to set behind these 2 counter spells. That Death Gorge Scavenger did a lot of work this game. It just did an immense amount of work. Alright, so they never did find their second GFG. It'd be interesting to know whether they're playing 2 or 3 copies. But yeah, we got past a Godfarrow's Gift deck. Pretty sure that we keep... I think we want to bring these in even though Kelvin Chu did not. I think it felt right to bring in the blue cards. I don't know if the Harness Lightning was the 5th card I took out for the Supreme Will, or like maybe a slower Glory Bringer, or even... I guess it pretty much has to be either Harness Lightning or Glory Bringer. But pretty reasonably happy with taking out Disturbance for at least the 4 negates. I'm just kind of interested on whether I should take out a Harness Lightning or a Glory Bringer for the Supreme Will. That's nice, man. Are you picking up mostly foil copies, or are you just building the deck? A friend of mine got me a foil, I think it's Eternal Scourge for my Food Chain EDH deck. Yes, I'm a dirty combo player. I think people look down upon us. Combos all the time. What do we got here? Oh, that's fair. So I'm pretty spot on about guessing. Is there a lot of EDH in your general area? I can't believe, by the way, Rob, that I'd forgot about invocations. I would have so snap bought those Hours of Devastation boxes if I'd remembered there was invocations in them. Moto's real laggy tonight, but I don't seem to be dropping frames, so it's kind of interesting. Alright, well this hand is all the mana in the world, and I don't think I'm going to keep that. Opponent's mulliganed as well, so I think it's safe for us to mulligan. Actually, I am going to keep this hand. I think in a tune, getting a force kind of like turns on the hand a pretty reasonable amount. Yeah, I would have snap got it had I known. I did not know. Well, I mean, I guess I knew. I did not remember. Not only that, I do want a second Scarab God anyway, so. This is unfortunate. We kind of have a mediocre hand, and he got to scry to the top. Be interested to know whether he's Desert Red or just the other red, but... The Soulscar Mage makes our Lone Tusk Cub much less of a threat as well. Oh, wow. So he's just get us dead red. Oh my. Things be going very bad in the neighborhood. I think we'll play this one, because if he doesn't have a burn spell, it can theoretically block that one. If nothing else, if he does have a burn spell and it's just a shock, I can like make my guy 1/1, spin the energy and chump block 3 damage or whatever, which is pretty nice. Now, well, we're gonna block this guy. It could just be throwing this thing away, but I don't think this thing's particularly good when this is in play anyway. Sucks that your boxes suck. Did your special packs, did your buy box packs at least, were they at least nice? So he's choosing to kill that, so we're just taking another 6 here, down to 9, but he is down to 1 card. Oh wow. Oh my. Okay. Well. That's probably that, friends. Is that 5 damage on turn 3? Wow. That was really nice. Yeah, he is hellbent, so I guess this would trade with this and I just take 2 more? nice start for our opponent. Kind of impressed. They're decent. Growing Rats, which is pretty nice. Foil Mirror Mage. So, our opponent does not need much to beat us here, but we're starting to build our wall. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make this guy a 4/4. That way, like, I mean, a lightning strike would kill us anyway, but so that's probably just dumb of me. Alright, so we're at a theoretical 1 point of life now. And being at 1 point of life, I don't actually think that we can sit back and wait. I think we just have to play the Lone Tusk or the Bristling Hydra and attack. If he gets something that like makes this, you know, gets a haste threat, we're just dead. But we need to try to end the game as quick as we can, considering we're at a theoretical 1 life here. Sure. He doesn't have a lot of turns to hit it. He's only got a couple. He hit another land, so that's good for us. I think we're just going to attack and give him 1 turn and 1 turn only to hit. I guess we don't even... We can play around the haste threat at this point, right? You just like attack for 5 because we'll be beyond lethal the following turn with a removal spell? I think we can just attack for 5 now. And actually play around a thing. Should have dealt 1 more damage probably. Alright, so I think we need to fade a burn spell or like a land that does burn. The Growing Rats is a pretty good hit. What was your other one? You just have to dodge 1 more time. And with the removal spell we have in hand, unless it's like Pia, we win. Pia would block 2 things. Alright, I don't know how we won that game. We were at 5 life on turn 3. Our turn 2. Now I'll take the gifted game, the lucky game when we get it. Man, that deck come out swinging though. That was pretty impressive. All right. Anyway, so versus any red deck, we're definitely going to want these cards. And I typically don't like these cards versus red decks. Generally want to take all 4 Glorybringers out, but I've not saw a single build that actually takes 4 Glorybringers out yet. Like, most of them take out, like, 1 Glorybringer, 1 Chandra, or something of that nature. If we had any other burn spells in our sideboard, we'd bring them in as well. But we don't really have anything. Oh, Dowsing Dagger. Primal Amulet's not bad. It's not worth a lot, but I really like the art on it, and I think the card's cool, and I think that's the type of card that, like, in 5 or 6 years, the alternate art of it actually be worth, you know, $10 or $15. That's not a bad hit. I know it seems bad, but it's not. It's really not a bad hit. I think we'll keep this hand. We don't have a lot of red mana, but we do have some red mana. So if he gets one of those super crazy draws, the Chandra's Defeat will protect us. And if he just gets a marginal draw, we're able to like bank the red mana if we feel like it. For the Whirl of Virtuoso. But now that we've drawn to serve it, we don't even have to worry about banking the red mana. I don't have to pay that right now, but I don't trust Moto to not be buggy. This is why I went ahead and put that mana in the pool. Like I know there's some bugs with Harsh Mentor, and I'm not 100% sure what they are, so we'll just take the safe side of that. Yeah, no, don't blame me. I think it's pretty cool. So that's another Harsh Mentor, which is fun. And he kills our shock. I'm not happy about that one. Alright, so what do I want to play? I can play you. I think I will play you. Uses the mana a little bit better, I think, and I don't really care if he kills it. The next turn we can just jam Bristling Hydra. We'll Snap Block. I assume this means he has a build to smash or a like shock or something, and I'm fine with that. Well, I'm fine with that. I wouldn't block. It's better than me taking damage. Oh wow, he's got a way to give it trample as well. Now that wasn't something that I was expecting. That wasn't something I was expecting or wanting. I think we'll just lead with this one. I'm sorry that you didn't hit a little bit better. Do you think you'll break even or anything when you sell your extras? What are you? First strike. Whenever it enters the battlefield, gain 2 energy. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 2 energy to get a servant. Not bad. Opponent's really out of gas here, though. So we're going to play this one. I think we're going to start with this. I read an article that said English bulk was going way down in value. I don't know how true that is. Like, I've not looked into it at our local stores, but I read that English bulk had gone down a lot. Or bulk in general had gone down a lot, that like people weren't wanting it now. I think I read 2 different articles in the same week on the subject. Yeah, so we're going to cycle this guy to start. Oh, well, I figured the prices might have went down in places like that as well. Wasn't actually sure. I'm going to confiscation coup this. Just because I want to get the game over with. He's only got 1 card in hand. And we're attacking for millions. Alright, he concedes. That was an interesting deck. Man, he hit real hard that game 1. Well, I didn't know. I mean, they may have. I don't know. Wasn't sure. Alright, so we started off with a quick 2-0. So we got to win 1 out of our next 3 matches to break even. Which is always a nice place to be. Huh. At D20 Hobbies, you can currently buy 3 packs of Iconic Masters for just $21. Just $21. But you can only buy 24 packs max. Keep that in mind, friends. Which means you're paying $168 for a box. I've saw boxes as low as $140 and $145 for the Black Friday sale anyway. I'm sure that they're like not still that price, but I've not really looked. Anyway, let's see if we can. Oh, Truford there. He's a very solid Magic player. So we're definitely in for a good game. He'll be on generally some kind of tier 1-ish deck. I would also pay 3 for $21 on those. Just the lands alone are probably would make that even. So we'll keep this hand. This hand's pretty solid. It's a little awkward because we're probably going to play this forest on turn 1, but overall it seems really solid. Yeah, and we have double red, so we'll get a blue with this for that 1 confiscation coup. And now we can play a 2 and a 3. And then even something for 4 if we need. Probably shouldn't F6 here just in case he has Magma Spray. I feel like he's more of a Pummeler deck though. Yeah. I think we're going to go with this guy. So this thing can be a 4/4. I don't want to trade it for just one of these. I would rather leave it on defense. Or try to build up enough energy that it cares not about the world. Could have played the island, since he saw the island. I guess that was a small mistake. Bristling Hydra. So he knows we have an island still. Kind of want to play this and this just to make more energy. Don't think having the extra cub does a lot, so. He still has 3 cards in his hand, but we've got a pretty good board here. He's going to give like one of his guys flying, and we're just going to lose. Yep, there's the flying. So we're going to have to start attacking with the Lone Tusk Cubs now, I think. We'll take the damage at least once. Don't have more. No, not a second Bristling Hydra. The first one's hard enough to beat. First one's hard enough to beat, friends. I think I'm actually going to play this. The 4th Lone Tusk Cub. I think we have plenty of blockers right now. He's going to block that with some number of things. So we want to kill this one primarily. So let's just go ahead and see if we can do that with just the cost of 2 energy. It's kind of interesting. He's paying 3 energy for what we're paying 2 energy for. I guess it's less things that we can do on other turns with like this, but it's the 3rd extra card he's drawing. Yeah, Murph, we're kind of testing for an event, so like this whole week's been Temur. I know it's a little boring for people, but I'm just trying to get some conclusions. We'll go back to our normal like blue-white fun decks. Oh gosh, no. Alright, I don't think we can come back now. He's got the 2nd flyer. Both of them are protected from a Glorybringer. We'd have to draw, like, maybe a Confiscation Coup into something else. Confiscation Coup would be a nice card to start with. Mm, Harness Lightning at least kills the 4/5 if he doesn't have one of the things. Alright, we'll start with that. If he's got a Blossoming Defense, we basically just die. I guess I'll attack with this. Offer it for a trade for one of his things. Can't attack with them both though, because if he chooses not to trade, then I'm just SOL with not enough blockers. If he's got the dude that gives this guy trample, we're just SOL anyway. Or if he's got like a way to bounce the Thopter or whatever. I'm not actually sure how we get out of the mess that we're currently in. Alright, so he had the thing to give trample anyway, so we just didn't have an out. Yeah, I'm confident he's on Pummeler as soon as we see Cartouche. Absolutely confident he's on Pummeler when we see the Cartouche. And larger than life more confirms it, though you asked that question before the larger than life had been shown. But yeah, as soon as I saw the Cartouche, I thought he was on Pummeler. Alright, so what do we do versus Pummeler? Our sideboard's not particularly good versus them. Random removal spells fine, and maybe some counter spells for like his better enchantments slash like sorceries. Vizier might be okay. Like stealing Bristling Hydras are okay. I don't know if they're okay enough. Don't think I want River's Rebuke. Don't think I want any of this stuff for sure. Alright, so what in the main deck would we not want? I don't think I want Confiscation Coup. He doesn't have a lot of great targets for it, and Blossoming Defense slash Dive Down are like 1 mana answers to our 5 mana spells. I think Glorybringer's still fine. Sure, like they can prevent the Exert, but like it still swings for 4 slash can block. So I think that's a pretty easy swap. I'm not sure about the negates. I'm sitting over here looking at the Servant of Conduits, thinking like you guys need to go, but I'm not sure. I think at least 2 can go. I don't think we want to. Maybe we don't want all 4 negates. Maybe we just like want 1 or 2. Yeah, let's try this. It's kind of dead tonight. Like only 5 people watching. Wonder what I'm missing. Alright, this hand's fine. We have all of our colors of mana. Hopefully we find a second green by turn 4. But we have 1 removal spell and 1 negate. We have a 3-drop at worst. They put on bottom when they mulliganed, so that's pretty good. I've heard the blue green Pummeler decks were pretty nice, but like I've heard they were very inconsistent. So we have a Magma Spray for any 2-drop that he has, which appears to be none. Yeah, and there's our second green, so we at least get to curve out. I'm not going to waste the energy on a Thopter this turn, not even if he like had a, I don't know, a red mana and a removal spell. I actually kind of do want to kill that, don't I? It's kind of interesting. I guess I'm not going to bother to kill it. I think I would rather just get a Hydra on the table. Like, we don't have infinite time versus them. We have to try to push the narrative. We may make Copters now. Depends on what they do with their turn. So they have their own Bristling Hydra. So we both have 6 energy, so I'm probably just attacking. Figuring it out later. I don't think they will block. I kind of want to hold up to negate here, I believe. Just develop our mana slightly more. The Cartouche of Ambition or Knowledge or whichever, I think it's Knowledge, the one that gives flying, was like pretty brutal. I kind of want to hold this negate up for it. Like it replaces itself as the big thing. Pretty sure I just take the damage and make some copters. Now. Really depends on what they do. So they're going to make 5. It's safe to make one thing. I'm going to start with this. See if they use like a blossoming defense or something on it. See if they have a second. That's probably pretty close to game now. Yeah. Alright. Like I said, he's a good player. He knows that there's not a draw that he's really going to come back from in that spot. Not when we can attack for, 9 damage. He's just not going to have enough blockers on the following turn, and that gives us access to 2 more servants, or sorry, two more whirly birds. That's what I'm going to call it, a Thopter from now on. Whirly bird! I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just talking to hear myself. I apologize. I actually think servants are a little bit better on the draw because it gives us the opportunity to try to catch up a little bit better, but we're probably going to be, in most cases, be wanting to use a removal spell on turn 2. I'm also curious if I potentially maybe want another negate on the draw. Like, negate's probably not as good on the draw. I think we're just going to leave it as is. I think this card's a little less valuable on the draw, but I'm not confident in my decision enough to know which one of these I would want back in the deck. Feel like I want to negate. Alright, I trust myself. Because I'm not what I call Rob all the time. And that negate was real good that game on, so let's just be results orientated and keep it. Unfortunately, we have to mulligan. Don't want to mulligan this. I don't want to go to 5. Think I have to go to 5. Alright, this hand's the best hand we saw. I'm actually going to keep that red source. This hand's terrible, by the way. But every now and then, your hands aren't functionable. It's just part of Magic. Sucks that it's in game 3 when it counts, but, those be the bones. Hand 2 was probably keepable. We were on the draw and we had something we could scry on turn 2. So we were going to get our scry, 3 draw steps, and a cycle. Yeah, I should have probably kept the 6-card hand. Kind of just want to kill this. He's not showed a blue mana yet. I don't think he's the type of guy that's just going to play a pummeler naked, unless he has a second pummeler. He has the blue mana either way, so... Severely punished. And we have nothing. Probably should have kept a 6-card hand. In hindsight, on the draw. I think it's easy mulligan on the play, but I think I should have probably got rid of it on the draw. If he has a follow-up of a Hydra here, we can pretty much scoop 2, but since it's game 3, we'll just play it out. At least it's not a Hydra. No. Still not particularly good for us, though. Lone Tusk Cub and 10 energy. Alright, that's game. We don't have an out now. Second Lone Tusk Cub, certainly don't have an out now. Could get a Whirler Virtuoso or something and not die, but like we don't have an out to actually win. I think I was just too hasty. I don't think it was really doubting myself. It was I didn't take the time to think it out until it was too long because I was just playing too fast. Yeah, so hopefully we'll win one out of these next two. We're paired versus the Infectious Panda, who is 2-2, so we're trying to stop him from acquiring a pity chest. This hand's pretty good. We will certainly keep it. It's like pretty solid. Seems like it's very likely a something mirrorish, something energy-ish. I think I'm willing to take a damage from that. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm willing to take 2 damage from that. If I take 2 damage from that this turn, I can play 2 things next turn. It uses our mana more efficiently. He also doesn't even have energy at the moment, technically. Yeah, well, he now officially has energy. Could work out real bad. He could just be Pummeler and like have a blossoming defense and I get crushed now. Yeah. Of course. A horse is a horse. May actually try to double block here. Yep, can't double block anymore because this seems like it's a Hydra. That's bad news. I think we're just going to lose to Pummeler a second time. At least this game. I've always felt Pummeler decks crush these decks. Alright, well. Let's start with this. So we're probably going to at least have to take 1 hit from the Hydra. While hoping to build up this Lone Tusk Cubberino. So whatever it is a 2-color deck because they did not get a non-forest land. Or, you know, a non-mountain slash forest land. Alright, we're going to take at least 4 here. We're going to see what we can do next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have another follow-up. If it's another Bristling Hydra, I don't know what we can do. Not a follow-up, so that's good and bad all at the same time, which is impressive. Alright. Green, blue, colorless. Play this one. I think we're going to play this and just cycle one of those, so. He has 1,000,000 energy right now, so. I think we're just going to attack. Try to bank 2 energy and make a blocker. And hope that he doesn't have a whole bunch of invigorated rampage slash larger than life effects. Probably only needs 2, to be honest. Doesn't have to have a lot. Sure. I don't think that changes much. What do you do? This is double strike and then does 2 damage? Okay, sure. So that thing has double strike until end of turn, which he doesn't have a removal spell this turn, so it's kind of odd. It doesn't give trample or anything, so I'm calling that kind of odd. So he's trading his Planeswalker for a little bit of life gain and huh. Alright, well. I'm gonna lead with this one. I'm gonna leave up the red because it's red, but so we can do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to him, which isn't enough really. So we're gonna kill Samut with this guy and this guy. And attack him with this guy so we can bank 2 energy. So let's just make 2 different Fopters for the following turn. Yeah, well, if he attacks, we're just blocking with a Fopter. Or attempting to block with a Fopter. Yeah, it's insane that they're so high. I'm pretty impressed by their price at the moment. TBH. Opponent's like really drawing pretty thin at this point and pretty poorly at this point, all at the same time. I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm going to play this one now. Actually going to cycle this main phase as well. We could hit a fast land that we would want to play. That's not a fast land. So 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. A potential 11. But we also have a potential 3 blockers. So if he has a larger than life plus this, what happens? So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2. So he can make this thing an 8, 9, 10, 11 with double strike. And that's 22 damage. We could technically survive that, but I'm not going to play around that. What about just giving this guy 3? So if he larger than life is this, it's 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 3 is not enough to kill me. It's like 14, but we'd have blockers is why I say it's not enough to kill me. Yeah, I'm just going to attack off everything then. I'm not going to play around a Samut and a larger than life / invigorated rampage effect. Could have did 1 extra damage with a Lone Tusk Cub there, potentially, since we're getting our 2 energy back, but I wanted to play around him having like a random Harness Lightning or something to kill the Cub and us not get the energy. But I think besides larger than life and the one thing, we were pretty good. That's one of the problems of these decks. They're actually fairly light on creatures. So we definitely want to get rid of that, and we definitely want to bring in that. And it's questionable whether how many, if any, of these we want to bring in. What is this? Or red Planeswalker. So that could theoretically be used versus the Samut. I think it's Samut. Am I even pronouncing that right? Or am I pronouncing that absolutely horribly? Does anybody have any idea how badly I'm pronouncing that? Anyway, the one red-green Pummeler deck that I've saw at all was like the 4th place Grand Prix list. And he plays actually like 2 of each of them, but he's only got a couple of Cartouches in the sideboard, or sorry, a couple of Chandras in the sideboard, a couple of Glorybringers in the sideboard. I actually think Chandras might be good enough to play versus him. Chandra's Defeat, that is. What do you mean everything else I've said? Actually, I think these might be good enough versus him. So we go ahead and get that last servant out of the deck that I don't really want in the deck to begin with. I think Glorybringers are a little bit better versus the red-green because A, you have Planeswalkers you want to pressure, but B, they have less Blossoming Defense type effects. They only have Blossoming Defenses, they don't have the dive downs. This hand's pretty medium. I think we'll mulligan it, even though we have 2 removal spells. I actually think this hand's pretty good, but I'm going to mulligan it too, because it's just 1 land. Alright, we'll keep. Should have kept hand 1. I mean, I don't think we were supposed to keep hand 1. I'm just saying should have kept hand 1 to be, like, results orientated. Like, obviously don't think that hand was a keep. Or I would have kept it. I think you could have kept it and, like, argued its merits, but I don't think it was worth enough. I actually thought about that one a little bit. Alright, no Lone Tusk Cub, please. Alright, step 1. Step 1, I'm happy. Right, we gotta draw incredibly well to win this game, though. Nothing we can do about that. Ever. We're not even close to producing energy. Alright. So we're just dead this game. But we'll try to take enough turns to see if we actually want Deshandra's defeats or not. Alright, well, if he's got a pump spell, we're just getting got. Oh wow, he didn't have one. That's pretty nice. It could just be a Bristling Hydra, but he would have been able to bank the energy either way, so we wouldn't have got the Bristling Hydra either way. Hope he shows us something. I don't want to just get beat down by this Hydra and, like, not learn any knowledge that, like, might change our sideboard plans or anything. Another Servant. Maybe you just want to be aggressive on the play. We'll take Brawler. Sure. There's an argument that I shouldn't even have played that card, but we're kind of dead on board anyway. I think there's only 3 canals in this version of the deck. Man, Vlad, they're at everybody's local store. Well, at least most everybody's. It's just everywhere. Alright, well, we didn't learn anything else about sideboarding, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so let's go into the next game and see if we can actually... Probably going to bring the servants back in. A mill deck? Interesting. What was he using the mill with? I think I want to bring these back in. Still kind of want to negate, so I think we'll get rid of Deshandra's defeat. Maybe one Glorybringer? What would we get rid of for the last card? I think Magma Sprays are still fine. Maybe Magma Sprays aren't great. I mean, he's got Voltaic Brawler and Servant, so at worst case, Magma Spray does something versus them. I don't see the room for this card. I don't want to go down to 3 Glorybringers. I don't even really want to go down to just the 3. I don't want to go down below 3, and I don't really want to go down to 3 either. So we'll just stay at the 3 and hope. I do think the servants are a little bit better on the play because I want to get out in front. Alright, so we're going to keep this hand pretty clearly. Freeing Insanity and Fleet Swallower. That is a combo. That's a neat thing to GFG. I like that. I want to try that. Man, we got to tell Father Rob about that. He'll be all about it. So we have a pretty good hand here. We're going to get a red mana with the Attune. He scryed to the bottom. Red Rover, send us the mountain on over. That's actually real interesting / cute. I'm all about that. Huh. Actually makes me smile a fair amount. Alright, we'll play this one. And this dude. Can F6 because don't want to get crushed by... Didn't want to get crushed by Magma Spray, but can't do a lot about the Harness Lightning. Alright, so we can at least play Chandra next turn and kill. And when I say kill, I mean theoretically kill any play. Yeah, so this is one of the telltale turns of this game. Does he want to save it? He does not want to save it. So that's pretty good for us. Should get some value out of the Chandra this way. He still has 4 cards in his hand, though. And if he just untaps and plays the big dog and lets it hunt, we'll have a problem. The big dog and lets it hunt. I love how I talk. You're all welcome. Heard that in a movie or a TV show or something. So this is a pummeler. Alright, well, let us start by playing our land. Because we could hit a Glorybringer or something. Then we'll tick up. Harness Lightning will get cast. We will deal to 1. Go ahead and grab a mountain with this. And we'll grab his face with this. You can still win. Like, just a Bristling Hydra right now is brutal. Long Tusk Cub's pretty brutal as well. Not super worried about another pummeler. It's just everything else. That's a brawler. That's actually a really good one because it has trample. That being said, I'm going to untap and magma spray / negate. To protect it. We're going to tick up first. So we're not really getting anywhere. We're just like kind of like delaying him till he can play Hydra and then we die. I mean, we don't die. We get to continue playing, but like Hydra's obviously major game right now. Especially when he has 13. We're just drawing every land in our deck. That one was a big game. Yes, we'll use you for the blue. So that puts us up to 11. This gives us 12. And he's on a bit of a clock now. Especially considering the Chandra. Yeah, I can imagine how that'd be real hard to beat. Opponent tapped LOL, so apparently he is upset about what just happened. Or if he's going to be more upset when he gets Negetarude. Oh, that's not. I can't negate that. Oh, screw jump blockers. Those are 4 things that are attacking his face. Well, there's no chump blockers in the future here. I mean, we're 20 cards deep. Finding our first Whirler Virtuoso is not that improbable. Yeah, let's start by ticking up. Long Tusk Cub? No, we don't want it. We will deal our damage. This puts him on a... He's got to deal with some of these or die clock. He's got to deal with quite a few of them, actually, because, you know, Deshandra can potentially deal 2 more damage. So we're going to be very nitpicky on what we actually use this negate on. You wouldn't think somebody with the name Infectious Panda would be salty, but it's whatever. They're allowed to be salty if they want to be salty. We are denying them their money back, so they're kind of losing like $15 on this. But like, we didn't type anything to them when we mulliganed to 5 and didn't even have a green source in game 2. Larger than life, that doesn't kill us. So he can give it 5 plus 4 is 9, so it's just 13. Whatever, I'm not going to waste a negate on it. Just going to block. He's attacking our face with both. Well, if he's attacking our face with both, let's just block both. Reset blockers. I'd rather block him here and him here, because this one already has trample. We have a negate to stop an invigorated rampage. Because that's 12, and an invigorated rampage would just be 16 plus 5, 21. Like, he's still just dead, even if he does have it. Yeah, not sure what he's thinking about. So I don't think this beats us right. So 8, 14, 18, whatever. I don't want this one to get trample. We can't die if this one doesn't get trample. Alright, so we've acquired our pity chest, and now we're playing to see if we can get an additional 7 trophies. By the way, make sure if you're new here and you're liking this content whatsoever to click the follow button and to follow the links below to our Twitter and our YouTube channel. On the Twitter, you can find all of my random thoughts about things, all the deck lists we play every time we go live. On the YouTube channel, you can find the majority of our past streams. I would say all, but we've had some equipment malfunction lately and unfortunately not been able to post them all up there. If you are watching from the YouTube, keep in mind that you can always look at the links in the description below the video to find a link to the Twitch chat, my Twitter channel, and the deck list we're playing in that video. And I apologize for people who are a little bored of seeing Temur. I realize that I've put an entire week into Temur and probably going to put a couple of days into the Temur Splashing Black builds, and maybe even one day into the full 4-color build, but like kind of testing for a paper event. I'm not planning on going to the paper event, but I'm trying to do the best I can to help my friends prepare, because not all of them play Moto or have access to being able to test. We live in a pretty rural area, and like a lot of us live 30 and 45 minutes, even up to an hour apart. So like, and with jobs and wives and families and kids and just responsibilities in general, it's hard for them all to get together and do testing. So I'm doing what little I can to help them, because I would love to see somebody from my local area have success. Anything I can to help the community while I non-stop complain about how bad our community is. Hopefully we win the next little game though. Either way, we're pretty happy with where we currently are. Feeling more and more that I'm playing the deck at a reasonable level. Obviously not great, but The more I play it, the more I'll improve. Probably going to play some 4-color build at my next Friday Night Magic, though our Friday Night Magics locally are dying for all of the exact same reasons I just mentioned. Too spread apart, really hurts the interest level. A lot of people are bored of playing versus the energy, things of that nature, but, you know, it is what it is. Getting colder weather too, holidays, things like that. I think there's only 7 at our Friday Night Magic this week and 7 last week as well, I believe. Maybe less last week. I'm not actually sure. But, yeah. Anyway, so we have a pretty reasonable hand here. And most decks that have irrigated farmlands in them are actually pretty good versus us, so even though our hand's fantastic, we really want to draw a Lone Tusk Cub, quite frankly, as quickly as possible. He could end up just being GFG, and then, like, it's not that bad. Ooh, it's probably like some multicolor, approach list, and approach lists are exceptionally good versus us. Wow, Vlad, that is terrible. We used to have to do that to ours too, but fortunately a shop that's like 30 minutes from us has started playing it, which is a really nice change. When I see the Effer Hub, I immediately like think they're just Esper Approach in my head, with kind of like a poor mana draw, but could not be a poor mana draw. They could have just been playing a hub to get a Lone Tusk Hub off the map, and now they're deciding on whether using their 1 energy and Fatal Push is worth serving a conduit or not. Which I typically think it probably is. Like, if I had a Lone Tusk Cub versus that deck, I would have probably slammed a Lone Tusk Cub, so I don't think Fatal Push gets a lot better from our side. And now we see an op, so it's just more confirming in my mind that we're playing versus an approach deck of some manner. I'm not actually going to play the Bristling Hydra. I want to play around Censor. If he taps his mana for, like, a Search for Ascanta or something, then we would play it, but so they're opting looking for an Essence Scatter. By the way, if you guys watched the Pro Tour, the Jeskai list that Mattington played had Essence Scatter in the main deck, and he often had 3 mana with like an opt or like a cycle effect in his hand, and just didn't use it to look for the Essence Scatter and just let the creature resolve and kill him. It's just mind blowing to me. I mean, I guess he had a reason for it that I wasn't thinking of, because obviously that guy's absurd, but from the outside looking in, it kind of blew my mind nonstop. Hey, Flame Guts, welcome back, man. Yeah, I wish we had that, Vlad. That's the one thing that we're really lacking here. You pretty much have to order anything here that you want. It's like the one thing we're super lacking. Just going to attack. If they have Settled Wreckage, they have Settled Wreckage. And I'm not playing around... I'll probably play around Censor this turn, I guess, as well. I don't think there's any reason not to play around Censor if we can. Hey Vlad, how many people play Commander at my local game store? Same question to you. Honestly, almost everybody does at our local game store, but the problem is we don't have a lot of people at our local game store, so. We have, like Friday Night Magic this week, there was only 7 people there, and at least 3 of us were actually playing Commander, and I think, trying to think of all the 7 other people. 2 of them didn't. 1 of them has a Commander deck but didn't have it on him. Or we forgot to invite him to play. I'm not sure which. And why am I brain farting? Oh, and the other guy also has a Commander deck, but I don't think he brought it with him either. So opponent put on top. That makes me think we're going to get settled here. If we're going to get settled, I would rather get another token out of it instead of just trying to go all in on this particular. Oh wow, I messed up. I meant to make a Thopter to get an extra energy. Whoopsie. Well, that was a mistake. Well then, since I made that mistake, I guess I'll just attack with these. Save the one thing. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Just clicked the wrong one. Sure. Would have really liked to have been attacking with another copter there, but no, I'm an idiot. I say copter, but I guess it's Thopter. People might not know what I'm talking about. Wow. I think I'm far enough behind that I'm actually getting scared that they're just going to beat us. Kinda just want to attack with everything again, but I guess we'll hold the Whirler Virtuoso back one more turn. Huh. So they're 8, potentially going to 15. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need to get the 9 to have the full 15. Can't really get there. Huh. I don't know what we do then. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we get the 9 next turn with that. So that's fine. Alright. So this can beat him untapping and playing Approach. Wait, who's an idiot? I'm confused. Did I call somebody an idiot? I don't think I called anybody an idiot. Maybe I did? Self-consciously without thinking? So let's hope we did my math right. Oh, I called myself an idiot. Okay, fair enough. I'm just so used to it, man. Did we do the math right? Hey, we did math right. Sorry, numbers, man. But at least we fought that turn out. And we broke Sturb versus a pretty tough match. Well. Yeah. No, I was forgetting that we could just pump this guy with the energy from the hub in our hand. Man, now I'm embarrassed. Alright, so we're definitely going to want all of our counter spells. I'm pretty happy we won that game. That was a losable game, I think. I did make one misclick, which kind of sucked, but it was definitely a losable game. I don't think we won anything else. Maybe the Death Scourger. The Jeskai builds typically have Torrential Gearhulk in them. Is there anything else we would really want? I don't think so. I think we're mostly going to sideboard out a lot of our... I think we're going to want to sideboard out a lot of our, like, red removal spells. It's kind of like questionable whether we want these or not. We definitely don't want that. Hmm. Oh, shoot. Accidentally pulled Deshandra out of my deck. Didn't mean to do that. So, like, this is good versus everything but Torrential Gearhulk itself. Do I want a couple answers for Torrential Gearhulk, or do I not want a couple answers for Torrential Gearhulk? That's the real question. I think we're going to try on to draw to ignore it, but on to play we might bring something in. Yeah, I personally think the blue-white's just the best approach deck I've saw. But I'm not really sure. Torrential Gearhulk kind of throws a problem in. The problem with the Torrential Gearhulk is if they don't know that we didn't play the other color, it's really hard for them to bring it in. I think this hand's a keep, even though this hand's obviously very low on mana. I still think it's a keep, even though it's a little bit slow. Has every card we actually want in it. And hopefully we hit a land over our first 2 draw steps. And we did. I think I'm just going to untap and play a Lone Tusk Cub. I think it has the highest upside. But he did lead with Inspiring Vantage, so I assume he has like a Magma Spray type card in his hand, but I don't actually care if he kills the Lone Tusk Cub. Just get the bank 2 energy like that. I guess we could have played around letting him bank the energy. Alright, so let's start with an Attune. Probably get a Mountain since we already have a double red spell in our hand. And then just move straight into this. We'll have to see if he has access to a sensor or anything this turn that he's willing to use. Took a pretty lengthy pause there. Alright, so we're just going to play around things. Playing around things seem like they're always the best option. I think this card's the card that hits for the most on its own. Might actually protect this card if he tries to kill it. Not 100% sure. It kind of feels dirty to protect it, but may? The thing is, his removal spells are mostly Harness Lightnings. I'm not sure that... Do I want to draw that again? I guess I don't care if he commits it. I could have did that, but I cared more about the servant resolving. We didn't have this force at the time, and I cared more about protecting the servant than the cub in that spot. I could be wrong, but that's why I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just explaining why I chose to make that particular play over a different particular play. Not saying that I'm right. Huh. Well, that card's pretty good. Guess we'll just play this one then. Probably let him counterspell it if he wants. He's going to Essence Scatter that, which if he does, he gets the loot. It's still fine. I mean, we only have so many counter spells. I think we have to be very selective over how we use them. Might play around Magma Spray. Alright. Did not play around it. I thought it was worth checking. There's literally nothing that I'm going to negate on his side of the board. Actual nothing that I would negate. We will try to protect this one now. I don't really want to try to protect it now, but I want to get this card out of his library. Or out of his graveyard. Like him just being able to untap and get this thing back is really nice. Wow, brought in Jace's defeat. Alright, so we're in pretty bad shape here. He's going to get the loot twice. So that means he'll have a counterspell for our next play as well. If he chooses to have one. Wow, and he looted a disallow. So that means we're not looking real good if he looted a disallow. This Baral's Chief of Compliance has just been super nice this game. I'm probably just gonna slam the Glorybringer. I don't actually think so. I don't think it helps them sell their product or anything. So I think it's pretty unlikely. So they went bottom. So they're probably looking for a land. He's attacking this turn, so it's kind of interesting. Man, now I just want to hold this up. Kind of want to play this to attack this, but I also just kind of want to hold this up. It's kind of weird that he attacked there. Oh, okay. Not weird at all then. Got us. Wasn't expecting that one. Alright. Well, there's a land for him. Really need this Glorybringer online before it's too late. Doesn't really bring the Glorybringer online. Okay. We're going to attack for 4. He looted a sensor that time, so. Not actually real upset if he settles this. I would prefer he didn't, but like, I'm not super upset about it. Because it gives us Glorybringer mana. Could just decide to chump block here and draw a card. But that gets rid of these two for colored mana. I don't think he has to do that though. I don't know why I'm so afraid of this card. It might have been wrong for me to play around Torrential Gearhulk this whole game. May have just kind of like backed myself into a corner now. That it's going to be hard for me to get out of. So he played a land. I guess he has to play a land. Hmm. Guess we'll just attack with this thing again. Okay. Thought that's something that he might consider. And he has to settle. That's pretty great. Okay. I guess we'll play this one. We're going to attempt to play the Glorybringer next turn, probably. We're not where we want to be in this game at the moment. Still has 2 cards in his hand. Yeah, I just don't like how I've played this game. Not sure what he's going to cast that we care about here. Don't care about my energy. Don't care if he plays an approach. Plays Fumigate, we wouldn't be the happiest thing that was ever happy. Well, our hand got significantly worse. And he still has counterspell mana. Our hand got significantly worse. Okay, let's start with Chandra. See if it resolves, I guess. I'll take it up for mana. And then play this thing and then this thing? Really need to hit a counterspell. Kinda sucks that we didn't in 7 cards. We're pretty far behind the 8-ball now that we didn't hit that. Guess I could have played a Whirler Virtuoso that turn, but was kind of afraid of Censor. Yeah, I'm not protecting it. Don't care. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've played this game particularly well. It's okay. We have a Chandra, so we have a chance. Have a Chandra, so we have a chance. I think that's the rules, right? If you have a Chandra, you have a chance. He gets to draw an extra card off this Shielded Effer Thief as well this turn. It's good to know that he has the Effer Thief, though, so we're probably going to bring the Harness Lightnings back in. I'm not actually sure what we're going to sideboard out. But the Harness Lightnings are probably definitely coming back versus Baral and Thief. Guess there's a chance that I just minus Chandra here as well to kill one of those things. So I'm having a pretty good think about this. He ended up putting on top. I don't think he has Fumigate if he's playing Baral and Thief. Search for Ascant is a good one, though. Negate, please? There's a negate. Hey, Ace, what's up, man? I think we're just going to minus on this thing now. Not a lot. Playing. We're in game 2 of round 5. We're currently up a game. Have you had a good holiday? I don't know if your family celebrates the holidays or anything, so I apologize if that's offensive in any manner. But if they did, was it good? I know roughly where you live, so I'm assuming you do. I'm just not sure. That's good. I'm glad it was a good time for you. I think I'm actually just gonna slam this thing. Hmm. Actually, no. He could have settle. He could have settle and a negate. I thought so because Jabber had told me uh, that you were from his local shop and stuff like that. So I was kind of assuming. I just didn't know for sure. It's probably wrong of me to make such an assumption, but hey, Dong Man, thank you very much for the 24 bits. Highly appreciate it. I guess we'll play this. We can actually win next turn with just this and this. If he doesn't have a thing, and if he does have a thing, we just want as much frets as we can get on the table. So he can go up with an approach to 12 here. Math's my strong suit, friends. And he just can't survive with just an approach, so he has to have something. Can actually flip to search for Ascanta, though, which is pretty nice. I really don't think he's playing Fumigates if he's playing Shielded Effer Thieves and Barals. I think he's playing more like the PT list and just relying on exactly settles. I like how it waves. It's just like, hello. So the card on top of his library must be relatively good. He's putting quite a bit of thought into it. It's -6, right? Yeah, we have more than 6. We actually have 6 with Counterspell mana up. He ended up choosing to not put it in his graveyard. Even if it's Fumigate, he just goes to like 7 life or whatever. Kind of makes me not want to go all in though. I'm gonna go ahead and make this. Let's start by ticking this up, I think. Bristling Hydra, do I care about that? I guess I care about it. Especially if he has like a settle. Alright. I've convinced myself. I care. Was this just a Gear Hulk? I don't care about Gear Hulk. Alright. Enjoy your disallow. So he needs like a settle and a negate then? I guess a settle and a harness lightning would do it as well. Yeah. Pretty comfortable with this attack. Settle on a gate or settle on harness lightning would both be pretty bad for me, but I don't think it really gets like I don't think there's a much better spot for this. He's got Jace's defeat, so we got pretty good there. Took him quite a while to do that. Okay, and on the positive note is if he doesn't have another counterspell, we can still beat an approach. I mean, he could have a harness lightning or something, but like we still have the opportunity to beat an approach here. Obviously, we're in super bad shape. Now he's flipped to search for Ascanta, and it's going to be incredibly hard to actually win. I'm kind of just hoping he casts approach. Or maybe has 2 removal spells or something. I don't know. So he's got a second. Okay. So the Nissa's going to win this game. He doesn't have enough mana to beat Nissa now. Nissa does give them haste, right? And untap. Yeah, so I don't even have to worry about. I can't really even misclick. So this card's going to be exceptionally good. Kind of held on to it for as long as we could. Eight, sure. So we got a nice little 4-1 here. It looks like. We've been kind of holding this Nissa because I thought at some point he would tap 7 mana or whatever, and that we'd be able to win with the Nissa. Yeah. So for a recap today, we beat Approach, we beat Red-Green Samut Pummeler, we lost to Blue-Green Pummeler. We beat an interesting mono-red deck. It was the go very aggro plan. Like it had the enchantment that's like the consuming enchantment or whatever. And then we beat a God Pharaoh's Gift player. So we didn't actually play versus a mirror today. But again, this was the Kelvin Choose build from mtgmintcard.com. There is an article and a sideboard guide there. So we spent the last 6 days playing approach decks, and we played 3 days with Andrea's build, where he's constantly sideboards all the 2-drops out and like mirrors and stuff. And we played 3 days with this Kelvin Chu build, who relies on having the 2-drops a little bit more. We had roughly the same results with both. I'm not actually sure which is better. Things from my, and I played a fair bit in real life the other day too. So the only things that I've actually learned is this card's great. It could be main deck played if people wanted to. I believe Ace suggested that one night. I definitely want 4 of this card. I'm a fairly big fan of this card. I'm a fairly big fan of this card. I kind of want a second coup in the deck. But, need to test some of the black spells. Overall, it felt pretty good. This card didn't feel great, and Supreme Wills, like they've been okay at times, but they've never actually felt particularly great. They probably feel good enough to actually play, but they've never been impressively good. Even though we did get to counter Nicobolus once, that was pretty hot. but nearly any blue card that was a blue card would have done that in that spot. Anyway, so I think we're going to host Geo tonight. It looks like he's playing Bant, Godpharaoh's Gift. He plays a pretty large variety of decks. He's a pretty decent streamer. Let you guys go check him out. Thank you all for stopping by. And make sure to click the follow. And as usual, I'll be back Monday sometime. Probably somewhere into 12 to 1 a.m. Eastern time, if I was going to guess. But take care, and thanks everybody for watching.